In this video, we will be talking about the rusting of iron. We will talk about what is rusting and how the rusting of iron is taking place. So, rusting of iron is a very common chemical change that takes place around us. So, here the important part is that it is a chemical change. But what exactly is the rusting of iron? So, in order to do that, first of all, what is a rust we need to know. So, rust is a reddish brown substance that appears on the surface of iron articles when they are left exposed to the moist air. So this is like how you understand the rust. Whenever there is a reddish brown appearance on the iron, you can say that it is a rust. Okay. And how that happens? Whenever you leave that iron in presence of the water and the oxygen, basically the moist air, you can say, or in the open environment, you just leave them, it will lead to the formation of rust. Which is like, if I show you the reaction, so it will be like you have the iron, you have the water, and you have the oxygen. So all of them comes together to give you the formation of rust, which something looks like this. And there is the hydrogen also which is there, but then again, this is something you will end up looking at in terms of whenever there is a rust. Something like this or something like this as well. Iron oxide is also it is known as. Depending upon what exactly is reacting with the iron. If it is water, if it is oxygen, or if it is both. Okay. Now methods to prevent the rust. Why? So now you know the rust. So rust is not a good thing that happened to the iron because it will degrade the quality of the iron. So that is why we have to make sure that we should not allow the rust to form. Okay. So the methods that are involved in order to prevent the rust is something we are discussing now. So as I said, both air and moisture are needed for the rusting. So if we prevent the iron particles from coming in contact with either air or water or both, they will not get rusted at all. So for that, what we can do is the first thing that we can coat an iron article with paint. So paints are basically, or applying the coat of paints, basically what they do is they prevent the iron to come in contact with air and moisture. So that is why we apply the paints regularly on the iron articles. Like if you look at in your house, if you have a iron doors or the iron windows, basically, so you have these paint that is covered on them. Okay, basically you coat the paint so that they should not get involved like by any means with water and gas or the oxygen, I can say. The second thing would be coating coating an iron article with grease. So that also you can apply. Okay, so apply the coat of grease. So you can apply the paint, you can apply the grease, you can also apply some kind of a oil also. Okay, which basically cuts off its contact with the air and moisture. So this is like a one common thing that you can do. Make sure that you should not allow by any means the contact between the iron and with water and the air, which will basically prevent the iron from getting rusted. The next is galvanization, which is the most common process that we use. So it is the process of depositing a layer of zinc on iron. So the coating of zinc does not allow the iron article to come in contact with air and moisture and thus prevents it from getting rusted. Okay, so again with the galvanization, so the galvanization is much better form of protecting the iron from getting rusted because zinc is very unreactive. So when you put over the coating of zinc, it's give you a long term what you can say prevention from the rusting. So that is why I said it is a very good method because at the end, if you apply something regular interval of time, that is not a good method to use. So galvanization is something which you can do it for a longer period of time. And lastly, you have alloying. So alloying is like, have you ever noticed that some articles like the scissors, the blades, and the utensils that we use, they do not get rust at all. Okay, and the reason is that these, what are these made up of? Basically, I can say, what are the things that are present in it? So they are usually made up of stainless steel. Like the utensils that we use now, they're almost exposed to the air. They we always wash them also. So how come they ended up not getting any kind of a rust? Because we use this special alloy called stainless steel, which is made by mixing some carbon and metals like chromium, manganese, and magnesium with iron also. It is just not the iron, it is we are mixing metals and some non-metals also, and this process is called alloying, I can say, where you are making an alloy. So that alloy is here is the stainless steel. So in like this we use a lot of alloys in our day to day life just to prevent the rusting and make sure that the object or the substance that we are forming can last for a very long time. Okay, so the new substance that we are forming is called an alloy, and it will prevent the rust, because the metals or the things that you're using in that is there because you want to prevent the rust. Okay, so that is why we are using this. So this is how you can understand the process of rusting and also how to prevent the rusting as well. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.